As we've reported here, this pandemic the past few months has upended healthcare in this country, forcing postponement of preventative care visits and elective surgeries and delaying critical organ transplants. And for the more than 15 million Americans living with cancer, deferred care and misdiagnoses can add up to precious lost time and gut-wrenching choices. Tonight, ABC's Devin Dwyer reports on the courage of facing cancer during COVID.
I'm just trying to make decisions to live my life as long as it lasts and not trying to lengthen my life with by decreasing its quality.
For Meredith Minister, this was supposed to be a summer of living it up and dancing away fears of metastatic cancer.
The way that I could exchange energy with other people on the dance floor, those are not things that you can approximate virtually.
The pandemic robbing her of a critical coping mechanism for a disease that has no cure.
People are dying alone in hospitals, and that's terrifying to me because it's not how I want to die.
You talk about that fear. How do you process that?
It's a very real fear, and you plan for it the best that you can. There's not a solution.
Millions of Americans with cancer are facing difficult choices about how to live fully in the era of social distancing and how much risk they're willing to take as the nation reopens.
It's frustrating that a lot of folks are jogging and strolling without masks. There are plenty with them, but it's a really weird feeling that people are dangerous.
Casey Peters of Denver is on edge about her compromised immune system from treatments for colon cancer.
I'm obsessed with thinking about the coronavirus. I'm obsessed with, am I going to get it? Is my family exposed? Are we doing things to stay safe?
Right now, we're mostly just watering a stick that we planted.
Casey was homeschooling her son and getting chemotherapy. In April, just as Colorado was supposed to peak from COVID, she made the difficult call to put off treatment.
I went into the hospital with a mask on, talked to the doctor, and he was like, how about we don't do your infusion today? I was like, what? And he gave me the choice. He goes, I'm 50-50. Do we want to make you even more immunocompromised? If in 5 or 10 years I have a resurgence of cancer, maybe it was because I didn't do that chemo.
Many describe an emotional dilemma: get treatment and risk COVID, or stay home and wonder about lost time.
It's a mental challenge for sure. You know, I've never been, over these past 2 years, I've never been what you want to call scared. I've been more or less anxious because I've taken this head on since day one that this is not going to beat me. It doesn't define me.
Indiana firefighter Bruce DeArc, who has stage 4 colon cancer, had to postpone a trip to a top clinic in Texas this spring because of the lockdowns.
It's kind of funny to think that cancer patients, we kind of live in a pandemic daily, truthfully. If your immune system's compromised, every day you should have a mask, or you shouldn't go to stores where there's a lot of people, or there's just different things you have to watch. That this is the unseen enemy that you can't see. So it's kind of scary.
Breast cancer survivor Dawn Buckner of Oklahoma is feared most for her children. Her son has asthma and daughter cerebral palsy. Then last month, she got hit with COVID-19.
I called my husband. I was bawling, and I'm like, you've got to get, my son out of the bedroom, because you see the worst of it on TV and you think, oh my gosh, am I going to stop breathing here in a minute? So yeah, I was pretty frantic the first day.
For weeks, Dawn has isolated herself at home, watching her son in a hammock outside her bedroom window.
Say hi, Tanner. Hi.
Praying her fragile immune system would handle the disease.
Don't you feel overwhelmed?
Yeah, I have cancer, but I can tell you right now, a whole list of people I know that are worse off.
Nearly 2 million Americans will be newly diagnosed with cancer this year. Over the last 3 decades, the number of new cases and deaths have both been steadily on the decline. But experts say the pandemic could reverse that trend and have a serious and disruptive effect on the search for a cure.
Screening and prevention and treatment are the pillars of medical care. And when you prolong that time, regardless of what the chronic disease we're talking about, the worse the outcomes are going to be.
For now, the pandemic giving many with cancer a reason for reflection.
We are thinking about how we want to live and how we want to live better and how we want to live with others better, which I think the pandemic, even more than cancer, is inviting us to think about right now is how we want to live with others.
It's an invitation to all of us, she says, to live in the moment.
It's those little victories of every day of just saying like, hey, I didn't die today. And hey, the world still exists outside my window.
And to keep a sense of humor.
The odds of a 33-year-old vegetarian female getting cancer, you look at all the risk factors and I'm the opposite. It's just a cruel joke somewhere and I might as well live it up and do that.
I don't believe this virus is going to go away per se. I think it's something that we're going to be dealing with for a long time, I believe. You know, it's the new normal.
Bruce DeArc says that new normal requires perseverance.
I've got two daughters, a 21-year-old and a 16-year-old, and I definitely want to see them graduate college and have kids someday, not for a while, hopefully, but want to see that, and I plan on doing that. So I will fight this tooth and nail all the way.
And for Dawn Buckner, battling COVID and breast cancer, it takes daily acts of courage. Last week, she drove 2 hours by herself to get retested for the all clear.
What will it mean if this test comes back and you're negative?
It will mean that I'll have to have one more negative test in order to even have surgery on June the 8th. For now, it'll mean, for today, it would mean I can, go around my family, go make dinner, go play with the kids.
And tonight, Dawn's celebrating her results, negative for COVID-19. One fight done, another still ahead, but reunited with daughter and son over snow cones and big smiles. Devin Dwyer, ABC News, Washington.
Snow cones all around to celebrate that good news, and our thanks to Devin for that.
Hi, everyone. George Stephanopoulos here. Thanks for checking out the ABC News YouTube channel. If you'd like to get more videos, show highlights, and watch live event coverage, click on the right over here to subscribe to our channel. And don't forget to download the ABC News app for breaking news alerts. Thanks for watching.